This is the Plunge Sauna XL, their biggest, baddest sauna that they create. There's a standard version that actually you can just imagine if you cut it off here, it's that piece, and I have that sauna back in New York. There's a Plunge Sauna Mini, which is essentially if you cut it off here, and this glass becomes a door, and that fits 2 people. The standard will fit 4 to 5 people, and the XL fits 6 to 7 people. I'm about 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, and this is what I look like standing next to it. Inside of here, you have a Hume drop sauna heater, as well as in the standard, whereas the Mini is gonna have a Hume steel Mini 4 heater, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller. But the kilowatts are what's different. The power usage on this big one is going to be 9 kilowatts, the standard is 6 kilowatts, and the power cord on the Mini and the standard are the same. It's a 1420 NEMA outlet, whereas on this big one is actually going to be a 1450 outlet. So that's 50 amps. Electric cars, like a Tesla, if you have one of those, that's gonna charge using the outlet that this one uses, whereas the other ones might be similar to like a dryer outlet. So if you have a dryer, you might be able to plug that in. If you have an electric car, you might be able to plug this in. But either way, most likely you'll have to get an outlet installed, and then you can buy a power cable, either from Plunge or anywhere else, that plugs into that outlet into the sauna. What's nice is these all come outfitted with electrical already pre-installed. The electrical's over there, the heater's right here, and all you need to do is plug it in, which I'll show you the cable, what it looks like and what that's like. And what's nice about these saunas, like the XL, is it has a slanted ceiling. So when you're sitting back, you kind of get this perspective of like, hey, I'm getting a beautiful view when I look outside. The backrest is also slanted, so you're like resting and leaning back. Most barrel saunas, you're hunched over. This one, you get that kind of effect of I get to relax in the sauna. There's the no sweat setup with the modular system. So it's a tongue and groove system, which should take about 2 hours to set up. This piece, this comes as a piece. There's a piece here, there's a piece here, and you just go ahead and put that foundation down, and then you kind of just slide them in. You hit it in with a little mallet, which was not included when I got it, but you can either just find one, borrow one, and then boom, it was pretty much done. It was very seamless. It was very easy. It comes in a lot of pieces. We'll show you the pallet that arrives at your house too, what that looks like if you do plan to buy one. It is made with cedar wood. It is untreated, but it is weatherproof and premium. It will show signs of personality over time, especially if you have it outside. But if you want to treat it, you can do that on your own. As you can see, this is the door. If you want to account for the dimensions and the space that you're putting it in, not only should you account for the base dimensions, but also the slant in the back, and then also the door opening, like how far does the door open when it sticks out, so that you can make sure that you can open the door, because if you want to put this in a tight area, but account for the door at the slant in the back, not just the base. We'll do some thermal testing with a thermal camera and thermal gun so you can see how hot this thing gets. 230 degrees. It's all, you can control it remotely. You can turn it on. Let's say some friends are like, hey, we should sauna. Boom, hit the app, turn it on. It's gonna get toasty. Max out the temperature. It gets warm very fast. Depending on the environment that you're in, like freezing temperatures outside, it can depend, but for the most part, it's very fast in terms of getting warm. Just make sure you install it properly and it's sealed very well. The shipping and lead times are on their website. This comes with a 24-month warranty, and it connects to Wi-Fi. So just make sure if you do have this in your backyard, you do need a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi band that reaches that far. I know some routers are also 5 and 6 gigahertz, but this does rely on 2.4 gigahertz bands. And then that's the only way you can control it via Wi-Fi. Now let's give you a full tour of the sauna and go handheld. Now the Plunge XL, this is the exterior of the sauna. You can see all this cedar wood. There are 2 main windows, one smaller on the left, a bigger one on the right. You can also have a stepping stone wood area on the outside. Plunge logo written on the top here, as well as on the inside when you open the door. Boom, wooden handles, which is nice. This thing opens, the door opens pretty far actually, almost all the way to the end, which I do like. It's got 3 hinges. And then you also have this window on the side too, with an LED on the inside where you can change the color with the app or a remote. There's a vent on the bottom left here. And you can see the slant on the side. So this is the slant. You have a waterproof roof right there that comes included. So if it's outside, snowy, rainy, whatever, that'll be waterproof and prevent any damage to the sauna. And then you have the slant coming down from the ceiling, as well as the slant on the back. And you can see the massive size difference. The bigger the sauna, the bigger the slant. But this is almost 2 feet on the bottom away from the wall. And as you come up, it's almost like an inch away at the top. So there's a massive slant, the backrest for you to be able to relax in the back. You've got this vent right here to let air in and out. You can close that as needed. The inside windows, which you will have to clean if you are using them consistently. On this side, we have the on-off button. You go ahead and press this button to turn it on. You can show it shows you the icon that it's connected to Wi-Fi, and now you have the electrical outlet here. This is the Plunge electrical outlet, the remote to change the color, different settings. But this is where it's all pre-installed. You don't have to do any of this. You don't need an electrician. All you need is the right cable. This is your 1450 cable, which is very similar to a Tesla or electric car charging cable. As you can see, it's very thick. And then it rolls all the way up into this outlet right over here. So that's what this is not your typical at-home outlet, but it's gonna look like this when you do install it. And then on the back of the sauna, you can see there's no ports, nothing, it's all just wood. On the side, same thing. The roof folds. This is the folding point when you receive it to make it easier to install. This is all just cedar wood, so nothing crazy. The only thing that pops out that you do need to account for is this electrical box, which has about an 6 to 8 inch distance that pops out of the side. For the control unit and the heater all live in this specific panel right here. And that's the outside of the sauna. Let's go inside. We'll open the door here, we'll step inside. You have the floor. Now, the flooring on the XL and the Standard are slightly different. It is a bit hard to clean this sometimes, which is not ideal, but just be prepared. There is a hole right there to let air out, but this can kind of like, with the heat, start to show signs of like shape changing, so that's why this is poofing up. And then cleaning it, there's no like drains on these bases, which I would love to see an improvement, where it's easy to just put water in here, scrub it down, and drain the water out. You have your 2 benches here, which will fold up. As you can see underneath, there are hinges, which will open up. They're gonna be hot right now, so I can't touch them, but I'll pull this out and then I can lift this bench up for more space. There's a ton of space here. As you can see, I'm one person, 6 feet tall. My entire wingspan won't even touch edge to edge. I'm about 6'2" wingspan, I think. So it's barely touching edge to edge. If I want to reach up, I will touch the ceiling. So the ceiling isn't as high as you might think. And both the benches will flip up and rest up against the backrest. We have this LED light here, the hume heater. You just want to make sure not to touch the rocks. It'll be very, very hot. And this will fit, up to 7 people inside the sauna. You can also I have friends who will stand, while other friends are also seated. And all of you will be looking outwards, and you have the beautiful glass to look outside when you're enjoying the view. Wow, it's getting hot in here. Let's step back out. The floor is showing 140. Now the first bench is showing 153. The second bench is showing 189, 186. And as we go up the back here, 191, 196, 199, 200, 203, 203, 203. If we go to the very top, 210, 210, 210, 213. Oh damn, 216, 222, so it is very hot. If we go to the rocks, that's gonna be the hottest point. 563, 572. Wow, do not touch the rocks, I'll tell you that much. If we go slightly above the rocks, that should be very hot too. No, maybe not, because the heat is actually just rising up. That should be the hottest point, right above the rocks, 232, 235. So the air is rising and the wood right above the rocks is the hottest. So there you go. Those are the temperature guns with the temperature. Now let's try the thermal camera. This is the Plunge Sauna XL, 150 degrees. You can see the glass panels are definitely very warm. And if we go, you can see the top right above that, also extremely warm. Let's go inside and see what the actual temperatures are. The sauna is set to 230, it shows 225 right now. So if you look at these rocks, it's showing 300, that's the max. It's maxing out right now, 300. If we go right above the rocks, the ceiling above the rocks will be the hottest, 225, 230. So our little temperature gun was definitely accurate. You can see the corners are very hot. The benches here, what are the benches at? 186 on the top bench. The bottom bench is showing 152. But this back wall is also very warm, 185, 190, 194. So it's definitely very warm. And the warmest point is going to be the top upper edge of this lid. So these are extreme temperatures. 200, if we hold right here, 215, right above the door. You can see how those are the hottest points. And then the glass is going to be cooler. If you point outside of that, there's a little vent right here. But this is the hume heater. And this is the end of our temperature test. Let's go back outside, this is so hot. And if you look around the sauna, obviously the corners are going to be very hot. You can see right there. As you scan down, the air rises, hot air rises. So the top of the sauna is going to be much hotter. It's showing from the outside of the glass 150. If you go to the bottom of the glass, about 100. So that's just something to keep in mind with every sauna that you use. If we come around here, it's not that much different. So the sauna from here, you can see how the heat is dissipating out of the windows more than the cedar wood itself. You've got the slanted edge on the back, and that's our temperature test. But that is the Plunge XL sauna. Remember, links are in the description, discount code down below. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments. I can come back here, make more detailed videos, and we'll show you the palette of what it looks like when this arrives, how big it is, what you need to be prepared for to get ready for that installation when you do order it. My name is Trevor Shares. Subscribe, turn on all your notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.